Hey guys, Heather here with Angel Guided Twin Flame. So jumping on here today, and I want to do a little intro to the Bible verses and the Revelation. I'm going to go into the Revelation today. So I meant to get on yesterday, but when I just started reading the Bible in the end of 2021, so a little over a year ago, I went and got my first Bible with my daughter. So I'm a starseed. I am a cosmic twin flame, and I started waking up. I was activated. Me and my twin flame activated in 2016. Angels started coming to me on his 44th birthday. We went, and he got a tattoo, a phoenix, on his neck. And he's supposedly not spiritual. You know, he doesn't. Well, anyways, he is. But so he got a phoenix on his. I did not expect to do this. I only knew as far as 2000 and the end of 2021 and into 2022, because that's when we had the huge activation. That's when Earth aligned on heaven aligned with Earth on 2/22/22. That is really when a lot of negativity started coming in, and that's when I really started walking with Jesus. I mean, Jesus came to me 4 years ago, and he took me to the resurrection, or I was at the resurrection. It was a memory or something, because I'm also connected to him in his life time, and then also the Essenes. I'm connected to them. They were the spiritual sect. They had the Pharisees, the Sadducees, and the Essenes. The Essenes were the first Christians, basically. So anyways, I am also part of the Rainbow Warriors tribe, and that was given to me. And when I found out after White Buffalo Calf Woman came to me and activated me as a shaman, actually after I met Jesus and before I started reading the Revelation. So I was, into the spiritual. I've been a spiritual guide. Duality was planned. This whole thing is planned. This has been God's plan since the beginning of time. Okay. And he even says, I'll show you guys the verse in a little bit, that he creates light and darkness. And in the beginning, he created light and dark. So he created everything for his purpose. So he wanted to know himself. Okay. Source, and God source, wanted to know himself. And also, we were, the whole point was to become divine, to have his divine sparks, his sons and daughters, come down here among the people. There was already people here. There was already evolution happening, but that's when civilization started. Okay, the laws, the government, all of that came in because of the Bible and because of God. So it was civilization. It was order. The first person, the father of humanity, kind of is Ra, which is the sun god of ancient Egypt. Now, I don't know why I'm going into all that, because I want God wants me, and I kind of want to stick to the Bible part right now, because I don't want to get people confused. But I want you to know that Christians, true Christians, follow Jesus. Okay, if you are not following Jesus, and also Sabbath, it says to follow him. When he came, the Pharisees killed him. The religion at that point, that would have been the religion, the Pharisees, the Sadducees, they're the ones that killed Jesus, because he brought spirituality, because he brought a spiritual revolution. And that's one of the things, they thought he was possessed, and that he was, casting out demons. And he said, how can Satan cast out demons? Satan can't cast out Satan. He said, a house that is divided cannot stand against itself either in the end days. So there's a lot of little things that I did pray about this before I got on. So every little thing's a seed, and everything ties together, and it's going to be all tied together. So I don't know why I went into all that, though, because now that the truth's out there, now there is sin. Okay, there wasn't sin before that. The devil is the biggest deceiver. He was the sinner. He's the original sin. Okay, the devil, not Eve, not Adam. That's a lie. There are lies in the Bible, and I'm going to do a video just on that, about the two gods in Genesis. Within the first two chapters, you can clearly see it is two separate gods. One is cosmic God, one's God of this world. And the one that, is condemning, and he's mean, and he'll curse your kid, curse your family for 3 generations, and, about war, and, if you don't do this, and he's a jealous God. And no, that's the God of this world. Okay. And religion, he's been running around. He's not in a person. The Antichrist might end up being a person, like, I don't know if he's, maybe the temple in Jerusalem just opened up. So there's a lot of prophecies happen. The temple of Jerusalem, which they think is going to be the temple of, their Messiah. They think, okay, so first of all, I became a shaman first. I was activated as a shaman by a white buffalo calf woman. I did not know who she was. I did not know she was a person. I didn't know. Well, she wasn't a person. She was never incarnated. She's the goddess of wisdom. She is the divine mother aspect. Okay. She came to the Native Americans. The Native Americans are also heavily tied to Jesus in this whole plan, the cosmic God, the cosmic father and grandfather is what they call him. So, and there's different aspects of God. And the thing is, as long as they're good and they're, there are other divine entities and other ancient civilizations. So are we going to say, oh, they're, like the Indians, and they had different sects, God, he scattered his people. He said he scattered them and then he's going to bring them back. That's where the Rainbow Warriors come in. We're from, it says that people will come back from all tribes and all nations from the ancient days, basically. And I know I'm from the ancient days because I'm also connected to ancient Egypt and Atlantis. Well, not Atlantis, Lemuria, actually. And then Sirius. Okay, so Sirius, that's another point. I guess since it's coming up, Sirius is they call it our spiritual sun. Our spiritual sun. And we get a lot of, basically, I'm connected to that. And so is Isis and Osiris. And also, Jesus is connected to the cosmic. He is, the son. He is God incarnate. He is our God in flesh. Okay. Jesus was the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. Okay. The God of gods. So, there's a lot that even talks in the Bible about the gods. And actually what I'm going to read in the first, in Genesis talks about, let's create them in our image. Okay. So in our image, he created man and woman. Okay. First of all, in God's image. So he created man and woman in his image. Duality was planned. This whole thing is planned. This has been God's plan since the beginning of time. Okay. And he even says, I'll show you guys the verse in a little bit, that he creates light and darkness. And in the beginning, he created light and dark. So he created everything for his purpose. So he wanted to know himself. Okay. Source and God source wanted to know himself. And also, we were, the whole point was to become divine, to have his divine sparks, his sons and daughters come down here among the people. There was already people here. There was already evolution happening, but that's when civilization started. Okay. The laws, the government, all of that came in because of the Bible and because of God. So it was civilization, it was order. The first person, the father of humanity kind of is Ra, which is the sun god of ancient Egypt. Now, I don't know why I'm going into all that, because I want, God wants me, and I kind of want to stick to the Bible part right now because I don't want to get people confused, but I want you to know that Christians, true Christians, follow Jesus. Okay. If you are not following Jesus, and also Sabbath, it says to follow him. When he came, the Pharisees killed him. The religion at that point, that would have been the religion, the Pharisees, the Sadducees, they're the ones that killed Jesus because he brought spirituality, because he brought a spiritual revolution. And that's one of the things, they thought he was possessed and that he was, casting out demons. And he said, how can Satan cast out demons? Satan can't cast out Satan. He said, a house that is divided cannot stand against itself either in the end days. So there's a lot of little things that I did pray about this before I got on. So every little thing's a seed, and everything ties together, and it's going to be all tied together. So I don't know why I went into all that though, because that's where it starts, you guys. I'm a researcher. I'm big on research, and I'm a writer. And so that's why I didn't plan on getting online. I do a lot of my stuff in person, and there is no space time. So, and I'm also a shaman, and so I don't have to be anywhere to, do a healing, do a soul retrieval. So I do soul retrievals. I do extractions. There are negative entities here, and they get into our mind. And I talk a lot about that on my TikTok channel, but I'm starting this now because of everything that's going on in the world. Let me take a breath, because I'll get going and just, so, okay. And I am nervous, you guys. I'm just starting this page. I have all this information inside of me, and, I spend a lot of time with people, keeping me down, calling me crazy. And the thing is, it's my own family, my own kids. I would be hung right now. I would be killed. I would be dead, literally. Like, probably by my own kids. I mean, they think I'm possessed. They hate me right now, but I know it's not them because I'm super intuitive and I know what's going on. I know there's the mind manipulation here, but you can't get it through to people. When they're being mind manipulated, it's very hard. So you plant seeds, you know, because they have to wake up. Everybody has to wake up their own, like, spiritually. However, you know, we plant seeds, we tell people the truth. I'm an indigo, and so we, you know, we're basically human lie detector tests, and we can't conform. That's why everybody thinks, oh, why can't you just, you know, be a mom? Why can't you just like not talk about spirituality around your kids? And because my daughter is a starseed, she is a crystal, and I'm an indigo, and I have grandchildren that are also crystal rainbow children. They're all, it's the three waves of volunteers. So that's, you know, about the cosmic. I don't know why I went into that right now, but I guess I'm just kind of, you know, just kind of throwing it all out there. But I have done not only intuitive shamanic journeys, you know, journey to the Akashic records, which is the records, the spiritual records for the earth. So there's a lot more going on here, you guys, than but the thing is, none of it discounts God. None of it discounts a creator. It actually, all the research I've done and all the, you know, creation stories, they actually prove God. They actually, the ones that don't, you know, there's a lot of creation stories, okay? There's a lot of different creation stories, and it keeps everybody so confused because there are a lot of creation stories. You have to go inside your heart. I teach a lot about that. Going in your heart, meditating. It says in the Bible to meditate on my words. Meditate, spend time with God. That's what Saturday's for. He said, I will be with you, you know, and he wants us to be with him on that day. And also he pours his spirit on us on Saturday. And also right now he said, I will pour my spirit upon everybody in the end days. Okay. Everybody has the opportunity, because Jesus came and died and sent his spirit, the spirit of truth, to be with us, the Holy Spirit. Because he did that, we have spirituality, and we have the ability to we have everything we need within. And that's what Jesus taught. That's why they killed him, because it would have took away the church, it would have took away the Pharisees, nobody would have needed them, you know, because we have all the information inside, literally. And I've proven it because I didn't know any of this, and I started waking up with my twin flame just 2016. So however many years ago that was, 6 or whatever. I can't figure it out right now because I'm in the middle of talking, but I think it was like 6 or 7 years. I started waking up, and we were best friends for like 3 or 4 years, but I didn't know any of this. I went to church. I always knew I had a light within me. I always knew there was God. I always knew I was part of God. And, but you know, then when I started waking up and with my twin flame, and, you know, a lot of darkness started coming in because, you know, the devil does not want twin flames together. We actually bring unity consciousness. When we come together and, you know, we're clearing, not just for our own lives and our own past lives and our children and our lineage, we're clearing for everybody. Twin flames are. So, you know, it looks like we're crazy. It looks like, you know, yeah, we fall into addiction. We've all fallen into addiction. Almost every starseed I know has tried to commit suicide, has cut, you know, been cut like in the past, you know, once before we find out who we are. So I'll be doing some videos on that too, you guys, about starseeds and indigos and parenting. I have a social work degree in early childhood, and I know all about kids, and not just that, I'm going to teach about conscious parenting and parenting the new kids, you know, the new schools. We have New Earth coming, you guys. That's another thing I'm going to teach about, is the New Earth, and how that's going to be, and how the schools are going to look. And, you know, it's going to be, they're going to have schools, but it's going to be like, you know, learning about chakras and learning about spirit, learning about God, learning about love, learning about life and the law of attraction, all the laws of our whole life's an oracle, okay? And oracle cards, that's the thing about tarot. Occult means hidden, okay? There's a lot of things that have been hidden from humanity, and most of it is for their own good. Look what they did, okay? When the devil brought down astrology and magic and all that, he taught people that it was not of God, right? There's no God, but here, you can create your own reality. That's really where the whole, you know, universe, and I mean, no, not the universe, because the universe, when people say the universe and they're praying to the universe, or they're actually praying to their spirit guides. The universe is inside of us, okay? We are the universe experiencing itself in a human body, okay? Now, that is true. See, we're in a duality, but who do you think created that universe? People want to believe one or the other. It's not ever one or the other. It's everything. Everything is true that you've ever heard. There's a truth to it. Because if it's being told, it's being thought of, and it's truth, okay? It's somebody's truth. However, most truths are not our truth, okay? We, if you're watching this right now, we are children of God. And if you're not, like, there's divine sparks, and that everybody has a piece of source in them. But there's the divine sparks, and talks about it, the sons of God and the sons of Satan. That is the main battle, okay? We are at a spiritual warfare. That's another thing about the Revelation. Do people not realize that it says all in the Bible, we are at a spiritual warfare? A lot of people don't even see this is already going on. The revelation has already been happening this whole time. Okay, we're in the middle of it, but we are in the middle of the last 7 years. That's why I'm getting on now, because with the pestilences, the food, the inflation's even in the Bible talks about, a quart of wheat for something. I know that, I don't know that verse by heart, but a quart of something denarius for a quart, and three quarts for a week or something like that. Okay, so don't quote me on that one. I'm usually better at telling verses, but what it talks about is inflation, and that's what we're going into now. We're going into the dark time. Okay, so that's another video I'm going to do about food. I've been saving food. I have a lot of food saved. The more higher vibration that you go, the less that you eat. And also, I started not being able to eat meat probably like 2 years ago, and it wasn't even my own doing. A lot of the stuff that's happened to me, and I'll talk about it, through my story is amazing. I mean, honestly, it's dark. It's dark as hell, but it is hell. We are in hell. But, twin flames come down into the hell, okay, to find each other again and bring and ground unconditional love. God's love, new templates, new relationships for the way that it was always supposed to be, okay? So we had duality. God created man and woman in the beginning, okay? Adam and Lilith, okay? Eve was not the first woman. Actually, Eve was the one that created the whole, third party, okay? They did not want twin flames together. The Anunnaki and the Enlil, and I think, I'm not for sure, but there was a couple, I think it was, Enlil and Enki, the Sumerian gods, because there's all the different gods and goddesses, but there's 4 time periods. So there's basically the same story went on 4 time periods. Now, this is a matrix, and this is, it's kind of crazy to think, but also they talk about the microcosm, macrocosm. Everything that's inside of us is also outside of us. They're proven now that the 4 main elements that are in your body, like hydrogen, nitrogen, I don't know them because I'm not that smart on that kind of stuff. I didn't pay attention. I don't even remember school. I think I might be a walk-in. I don't know. I remember some of my childhood, but I don't have a lot of childhood memories. But walk-in just means, basically our higher self, our angel self. Once you connect and you're masculine, you marry your masculine feminine within. It's all balance, heart and head, right and left brain, thinking and intuitive, ego and intuitive, or logic and intuition. Okay, you have to marry those. You have to use both of them. And I've always done that, and I've always taught that. So it's crazy now that I'm learning more about Jesus' message and Mary Magdalene. So that's the thing. Jesus is not just in the Bible. Okay, I've done a lot of research on books, and I'm going to show you guys. So in 1945, they found the Essenes. Oh my gosh! And when I heard about them, the first time I heard about them was Jesus and the Essenes. Okay, because I'm Three Waves volunteer, which is by Dolores Cannon. Okay, she's not spiritual. She's just a reporter. She says, and it's past life regressionist. Thousands and thousands of hours. She teaches QTT therapy or whatever. She talks about the 3 waves volunteers. Okay, we are aliens. The aliens are here. We are the aliens. We are incarnated. Okay, and we're here on mission. Okay, so the disclosure, since that's coming up about the aliens. For one, they're our cousins. Okay, and yeah, there's bad, there's good. There's all kinds of different things out there, okay? I mean, there's fairies, there's, reptilians, if you've heard of that. There's, then there's the sons of Satan, which are connected to and always persecuting Christians, okay? If you're a Christian and, people think, oh, well, this world's so bad, oh, God created this world, why is it so bad? Why is my life shitty? There must not be a God. No, guess what? There is a God, but the Bible is a handbook. It's a history. It's a cosmic history book, but it's a handbook. It's a get out of jail free card. It's like how to get the fuck out of here. Excuse my language. How to get out of here. It's like, okay, my lovely children, Okay, and the Bible is not a religion, for one. Number one, Moses came from Egypt. Okay, Moses grew up in Egypt, and he was it was basically Isis and Osiris and Horus were the first that taught about ascension and resurrection. Okay, so Jesus was the Son of God. Okay, he was the divine Father in flesh. I love him. He's so awesome. But you guys, once you know Jesus, it's like he gives us peace. He gives us love. It comes from within. It comes because that's our connection. So he says, when people come, there will be a lot of information that increases in the last times. Okay, so information will increase, but men's hearts will fail them, and they will go to and fro. But he said, be careful and don't be deceived. Someone says the kingdom is here, the kingdom is there, or Jesus is here. I've dealt with a lot of antichrist already. So seriously, the devil comes through people in your family. Right now, there's a lot of negativity coming up. We have to stay in a high vibration. It's all fake. They're just trying to keep us in this low vibration. Okay, so to get on the 5D, which I'm going to talk about in the 144, is about sanctifying yourself, purifying yourself. And actually, Jesus says it. You don't do it yourself. You do it through Jesus, through God. And I got a lot of verses on that. Okay, so that's one of the things. I know that was, that was all stuff that needed to come out, though, because it's like all these little pieces that I've been researching all these years and about twin flames. So I started learning about cosmic and, the law of attraction and how to manifest. And, then that was another thing, Christians and my kids would be like, oh, manifestation. Oh, that's weird. And literally we are, okay, so about manifestation. We are co-creators with God. We are pieces of God here on earth, especially once you balance your masculine and feminine. Okay, that's one of the problems. People aren't balanced, so they're not getting what they want, and a lot of people are manifesting from their subconscious. Our subconscious is our past, our belief systems. Everything is false, by the way. If you guys haven't figured that out, the world is crumbling. This reality is falling. It's going to fall. Okay, it's falling already. If you can't see, Jesus said the birth pains will increase. That's what's happening. Okay, because I am a divine feminine, and I am, I work with Jesus, Mary Magdalene, Isis, and Osiris. Came to me into meditation after White Buffalo Calf Woman, who ties the Native Americans in, and then the Hopi tribe, who have the Rainbow Warrior prophecy, and actually it's a prophecy across a lot of different revelations, but it also is basically the 144,000, because we're here to help bring unity, consciousness, oneness. Okay, spirit. We're connected to the earth. Mother Earth we come from her. That's literally where our body comes from, is Mother Earth, right? Dust to dust, ashes to ashes. We all, we're like mostly water, and then water and what, like, it's so crazy, you guys. How is our body even held together? I mean, the new science coming out now, and it definitely is true. All the science, all the universal stuff that, here's another thing. All matter comes from the sun. And there is a weird a weird portal that they're finding portals, stargates. I have a Stargate. I've opened a Stargate. I am a Stargate. And I have that on video too. The Rainbow Stargate, okay, and it's right above my house. I live in Missouri, which also Missouri, not very far from me, Independence, Missouri, is where Joseph Campbell, the Mormon, okay, Joseph Campbell, Mormon, Mormonism, and Latter-day Saints. I'm sorry, Latter-day Saints, okay. So because there are still saints, everybody in the Bible, all that wrote the Bible, they're all saints. They were considered saints, prophets. Prophets are basically they're not connected straight to spirit, so they have the dreams and the visions, right? So, but they're still prophets. They're prophesizing something. But the saints are actually connected. They are divine. We are, and I'm not saying we, I mean the angels and saints, that's who lives in heaven. So you're either going to become, but the whole point of humanity was to become divine and human and become human angels, okay? Ascend to Zion, which is a real place. It's already there. Zion is already there. Oh, that's, the third temple is here. It's here, and so it actually, there's a heavenly one, okay, and the one is I also believe the whole thing about Missouri, because I have a tattoo on me with Missouri cross, Earth, all this cool stuff. I'll show you guys in another video because this one's already getting long. But I have a cross on my arm that, I mean, I'll show it right now. Cross, and then I've got over here the earth and the eternity, and I didn't even know. And there's 7 heavens. Jesus talks about it in the Pistis Sophia. He said, in the 7 heavens, there are merely gods, but where the Father and Mother are, I am also. And he says he was the first and the last, you know, and he was there with, you know, some people even say he was Adam. He wasn't Adam, but because Adam, you know, had to live a normal life and ended up dying and all of that. No, that's not Jesus. Jesus ascended. Now, he was Horus. Jesus was Horus. He was the first son of God. But anyways, that was another time period. Okay, so yeah, we've been born before. Jesus has been born before, and so for sure, Horus. You know, there's other people like Mithra was also another Jesus, another savior. There's other. There's like 3 or 4 actual different stories that mirror Jesus' story. They were born on December 25th. They were known as good shepherds. There was Mithra for sure. Moses was also known as a good shepherd, known as the next like lineage. Okay, so but Moses wasn't an Israelite. His kids, I think one of his sons was named Israel, and something around there. I'm not for sure. I'll do a video on it, of course. But one of his 12 sons was named Israel, and that's where the Israelites came from. Okay, so before Moses, all the canon, all the Bibles that talk about the lineage from Adam and Eve, who was the third party, who created the whole third party, you guys. That's why most people are not with their divine counterpart. Everybody has a divine counterpart, a gender equal, okay? Twin flames are a little bit different because we're mission based. We are, you know, we have the flame lit up. Everybody has that spark within them. Everybody has a divine spark that you can light up, okay, inside of you. And then it turns into a fire, and then, you know, but God has to purify us. We have to be purified. We are in the earth. We have evil tendencies, and humanity, we have evil tendencies, and this generation is evil. So we have to be cleansed and purified. Only God can do that. Only through God, through Jesus, that we can be purified and be saved. Okay, so that's what I'm going to talk about next, and I'm going to get so that way I'll get that stuff online today. I'm probably going to put videos every single day out. So subscribe, hit the notification button. I'm not doing this to make money. This is all Jesus takes care of me. He said, I do still do readings. I do shamanic healings. I do energy clearings. I do chakra clearings. I do spiritual guidance. So I don't like tell you your future, because the future is not in for sure right now. Nothing is. We're creating our future, literally, like no other generation. We are in control. The manifestation, God created us in his image. God created the world with his words. So we have the power with our words to create our reality, and we are supposed to. And even if we weren't, okay, you can pray for stuff. Sure, you can. If you have a relationship with God, then yeah, you know, because if you just, you know, go and beg and on your knees and pray, it's never going to get you anywhere, because you have to have a clean heart, or at least, you know, like Jesus said, if you have something against your brother and you come to me and, you know, want to leave a prayer or sacrifice, he said, go, leave it at the altar and go and rectify with your brother, you know, or whatever. I don't know if I'm bad with words sometimes. I always have been, because I'm not human. I don't, sometimes I get my words mixed up. We do telepathy, you know. In the old days, it's telepathic. There's not, you know, that's why there's also not a lot of written stuff from Atlantis. From a lot of it was energy. We were more energy. We didn't have these flesh bodies. We weren't so flesh. But that was part of materialization. So that way we could create bodies. That was part of it. But it wasn't part of it where Lilith, the divine feminine, basically got the first twin flames were separated. Okay, they were separated. The divine feminines, when it says, you know, Satan wanted to take on the daughters of men, and have babies with them. That's what happened. They took the divine feminines and honestly, started having children with them, saying that they were going to kill their twin flames. It gets actually pretty dark that's why Lilith, I mean, they say that she was ate baby, she was a demon eating baby. Well, I mean, if they're negative, like if they're taking all of the divine feminines and basically having babies with them, then maybe she was a demon baby eater because they were demon babies. She wasn't the demon. I don't know. Listen, there's a lot of I want to say controversy, but there really isn't, because Eve was made in the second chapter. Lilith and Adam were made in the first by the first God. Then the second God comes in and says, "Oh, we don't want Adam to be alone. We shouldn't be alone." And they made him to work the garden. Okay, God created the whole world and everything and gave it to us. Every seed-bearing plant, every animal, gave us reign over everything. That's why we have reign over the devil. That's why once we say, devil, get behind me, and we realize what's going on, take control, take our power back, he can't have it. But the reason that everybody's in the state that they're in now is because the negative entities are using our own consciousness against us. We're creating negativity. We are, the humans, but it's by the mind control. So anyways, that's really getting deep, but it goes deep. The rabbit hole's deep, you guys. And but okay, the thing is, I'm an empath, so sometimes I get into the feelings when I'm telling a story. Okay, I'm good. I'm not there. I'm here. It's at the end. This is the end. This is the end. This is the culmination of all the time periods. There's been 4 time periods. The Hopi talk about it, the Native Americans. There's been 4 time periods. And it's actually in the Bible. When I'm doing the timeline on the Bible, you could tell the same stories are happening too, like the Moses story. The Moses where, the king put out that to kill every baby under 2 of the Hebrews, right? So because the Hebrew Messiah was coming, started being prophesied then. So Moses, the mom goes and puts Moses in a basket on the side of the, they live in Egypt, on the side of the river, and then has the daughter watch. Well, then Pharaoh's daughter comes up, like a really rich king. Pharaoh comes up and sees the baby, sees Moses. I mean, how awesome is that? Like, God protects his people, okay? Moses became a king. He became the head of the military in Egypt. So he learned the mysteries. That's what he was raised in. He was an elect already. Because when we come in elect, God didn't just say, "Moses, you're a human and I'm picking you." No, he was already chosen before he was born. That's why what happened with Pharaoh and all that. God is real, and he does work in our life if we let him. So but when we're fighting it, when we're not surrendering, that's another thing I teach about is surrender. Surrendering to God, surrendering to the divine, surrendering to life, surrendering to the present. Surrender is really hard. It was one of my biggest things. I'm so hard-headed because I'm an indigo too, and it's like I knew God, and Jesus came to me 4 years ago, and I still was trying to do everything myself. I thought I had to, because I was stuck in the manifestation phase, and I was like getting into the Bible and God and Jesus and really having them work in my life. And even though the negativity bucked up, so did my strength, and so did my joy, and so did my bliss. Because, with divine masculine, divine feminines, and like even Mary Magdalene and Jesus, their secret teachings was about, the sexual energy is sacred. That's why, the sexual impurity, the sexual, all of that, the sexual whatever they say in the Bible too, that's America, okay? And this is the blue and the red and the white and the stars. That right there is proof that this is Babylon, because the red and the white, the red pill, white pill, red pill, blue pill, I'm sorry, right? So there's red and blue. There's always and honestly, that's true, because I went through a blue phase. Now I'm in a red phase. It's like, but those are the 2 colors basically of the matrix. Okay. So then there's the stars, the star seeds. Jesus was a star seed. I'm a star seed. Jesus was a star seed. He was the North Star. He's, it even says in the Bible, "Oh, North Star, how have you fallen from heaven?" Right? So he was an alien. If you guys, people are so stuck on this alien theory, Jesus was a quote unquote, by the definition, an alien. However, I don't know if you can call him or us aliens, because we're the generation. We are you know, we are the new children of God, but everybody is welcome on the new earth. But you have to sanctify yourself. You have to purify yourself. You have to get your body ready. Even I did. You know, even the elect, we still have to go through all the crap. And we have really bad lives because we incarnate to clear those templates, to clear, oh my gosh, my nose. My nose. Like, I'm having these tickles everywhere. So yeah, anyways, so I wanted to show you guys some of these books. All these books, okay? I've read so many books. This is a new one I'm on right now. God Code. And these are all research-based. This is a scientist, okay? The Essenes, Jesus and the Essenes, Children of Light, Dead Sea Scrolls, Qumran. This is, you know, the time of Jesus. All that information that was hidden, that was found in 1945. Jesus Among Other Gods. One of my favorites, the Book of Mary Magdalene. That's her ascension. Mary Magdalene ascended. She was Jesus' beloved. She was his twin flame. She was the divine feminine. She was the divine mother, or the divine daughter. She was the divine daughter. The divine comes in. He'll come in at different times. The divine, the rise of the divine feminine, divine Sophia is now. That's us. That's like the divine feminines. We are here to help balance out, to bring back the divine, okay, from the fall. That's what we're here to do, is bring unity consciousness through the twin flame union, through us clearing and healing and, knowing the dark, knowing and checking the dark, okay? We're not just like Jesus, but, and even he said, you'll be able to do what I do if you believe in me, okay? And I've been guided and taught by my spirit guides. That's how I know everything's within. That's how I know, like, I'm one of the new templates because I'm a twin flame. So I'm a new template for the relationship, for the God seed, for divine feminine. Okay. The Jesus and all the ancient civilizations, they worship also a divine feminine. Like, a lot of people, think of the Mother Earth as divine feminine. However, the Holy Spirit, okay, they say the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is the divine feminine. That is the divine feminine. It would have been a lot easier for women if we would have known that. However, also, remember, Eve was not Adam's beloved, okay? That's what started the whole third party thing. That's why most people are not with their person, because they're with these relationships. And a lot of people, because they are so messed up internally, we're looking for love. We just want it to work out. We want to help people. We want to change people. No, it's not about that. It's about changing yourself. That's what I teach in my program. One of my past mission has been healing, clearing, helping people, wake up, ascend, and lately, turn their hearts to Jesus, because that's the whole culmination of everything. And if it doesn't resonate with you, that's fine, but he will give you hope. And if you call on him, he will give you his spirit. His spirit is upon everybody right now. But, just remember, there's a lot of truths out there. There's a lot going on. Stay calm, okay? There is hope. I am the hope. Jesus is the hope. The 144,000 are the hope. We're here to help, to teach everybody. Because it says, the 144,000 of Jesuses that I'll do in that video, my next video, the 244,000. And it also said, and a multitude of people that no one could number. And they all had their olive branches, okay? Jesus is the tree. He is the tree of life. And Osiris was also, And, but the righteous reign of the branch, Jesse, the righteous reign that bears fruit, it's not even, we're not the 12 tribes. We're not in the 12 tribes. We're the spiritual, where Jesus is spiritual people. See, we're every God, every person, and that's why they say, internally, some people say the 144,000 is within us. It has to do with our chakras. It's waking up. Yeah, it does. We are meant to wake our own 144,000 within us. We all have our own body, just like Jesus said, I am the body that, we're all part of his body. We are all little cells in the body of God, and we were all created in the mind of God. I mean, it goes that deep. It goes that crazy, y'all. But like, Osiris also was cut into 13 pieces. 12, they say 13, but I think 13 because there was the 13th disciple. There was Mary Magdalene. Yes, so there's always the beloved. Masculine, feminine makes the 13, and then the 12. So that's where it is, you guys, and the 12 tribes of Israel with Moses. Okay, so that was Moses's. Yahweh is the 12 tribes. Osiris has his own 12, 12 spirit, 12, so, actually that's the original. That's Jesus's. Okay, so yeah, those are the original. Osiris, Jesus is the son of Osiris. He is the son of God. Osiris was the divine father incarnated for the first time. So, and I mean, this is all, I mean, it may sound crazy to some of you guys, and I don't know why I'm going into it. I wanted to stick to the Bible part, but I mean, we need to know, you guys, it goes back to ancient Egypt. That's where everything starts. It's beautiful. It's amazing. That's where resurrection started, that the pyramids, and oh my gosh, you guys, I have so many secrets within me that are coming out. It's like, about the pyramids and the flower of life and the trees of life, and but the pyramids, they were created at the time of the fall. One of the reasons they were created was for free energy. Okay. And the way that they're set up with the stars and everything, and we are connected to everything. So, but humanity wasn't ready for those things. And that's what happened. The devil brought down all this information because he was an angel. He did know all this stuff. He was ascended, but he wanted to, have children with the women down here, and that's what created the giants, and all that's in the Bible. But anyways, I did pray about before I got on and asked the Holy Spirit to come through and kind of get what they wanted across. They just wanted to get everything out, I guess, because that's where it leads back to. And we have to know the whole truth to know where we're going, to know where we have to know where we've been to know where we're going. And honestly, with me, I wasn't going to just blindly follow anybody, God, goddess, like anybody. And that's the thing about religion. That's another thing about the old God. And it never says anything in there about you could have more than one wife. So where did that come from? Where did, they had all these wives? That's not, God said, when you marry, you are to leave your mother and father and become one with your wife. That's what God commands. So where in that does it say that we can have more than one wife? Even the prophets, everybody. That's why also Israel has so much sin. All the wives, all all the war, all the hate, all the fighting, all the wives, all the, drama, all the needing signs, all the, needing a graven image. That's the thing about God. He's the invisible God. He's never been inside the system except when he's, incarnates in, which is what we've done. So the thing is, we have free will here. The whole system was set up, and God even put the firmament over, right? He put the firmament over in this time period because there's all kinds of aliens and negative entities that were coming in and out. So that's why we don't see them, because they're not allowed in right now. But they can get in through the astral, through our brain, through our mind, through our vibration, through our own connection. So that's why we have to keep our vibration high. We have to take care of ourselves, you guys. It's not just about learning, and it's not just about life and logic and real world stuff, and it's not just about spirituality. It's about balance. Everything is the middle path. We came here for a reason. Okay, so everybody wants to believe one or the other. Either this is just a game and we're just pawns in a game, and we're just in someone's video game. No, it's not really like that. We are in a system. It was set up though for lessons. That's why there's so many, everything's numbers, sacred geometry, sacred numerology. I'll be talking about all this stuff, you guys. Cosmic information, okay, is coming down, and it's being released, and it's gonna help everybody. It's helped me so much. Like, I resonate with it and knew it, but also most likely you will resonate with it. Everything happens for a reason. Everybody, if you're watching this message right now, if you're still watching it, gosh, bless you. But I mean, honestly, I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do. This is just for information. And I had so much within me. And I mean, kind of that, I didn't go too much off. You know, I kind of kept it. Yeah. So thank you, Spirit. Thank you, God. Okay. So the Gnostic texts. The thing is, the Gnostics and Essenes were the original Christians. Okay, the Essenes, the information they found, they were the oldest copies of the Bible. Okay, the Essenes and Qumran and all that, the oldest copies of the Bible. Okay, and they were before Jesus. The Essenes talk about ascension. They, the ascension teachings, and not in this specifically, but yeah, in their they taught about ascension and living with the angels, becoming angels. That was what we were born for. We were born to become human, to ascend and reconnect with God. So that way, and God will be living through us and with us. It's freaking amazing. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, it's real though. And my Kundalini's awake, so I've been sick for years on and off because of the Kundalini also. And then when I started doing drugs, well, I got in a wreck and almost died. I've had so many near death experiences, and also went through a period of being suicidal, cutting, depressed, anxious, especially empaths. We don't know how to deal with all these emotions. And that's the thing. We got to start teaching our kids this. The kids coming in, that's the thing about the 3 waves and the new conscious, awake kids that are coming in. We got to start teaching them about God, their spirit, about how to take care of themselves, how to grow, how to learn, how to love, that they're loved, that they're protected, that they have a God that loves them, that's always there. We're supposed to be teaching our kids this. That's the thing. We're supposed to be teaching our kids and teaching our kids, teaching our generations like the ancients did, like the tribes. They kept to it. I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of Native American tribes, like the ones like Hopi that I'm connected to.